the Penn Teller Theater at the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas, here's our host, Helen.
We've got a real treat for you tonight. But it might not be a treat for Penn and Teller. Each magician on the show tonight has successfully fooled Penn and Teller before. But they're greedy and they want a second trophy. Will Penn and Teller be duped again? Or will they get revenge? Let the rematches begin. First, let's bring out Magic's greatest duo, Penn and Teller! Anyone who fools Penn and Teller gets to perform in their Vegas show and takes home the coveted Fool Us trophy. Penn and Teller know that, and so does this previous fooler.
I'm Javi Benitez, and I come from Spain. First time I came to Fool Us, I did a card act.
100%, no qualifications. You fooled our asses bad.
What the hell? I was totally out of my mind at that moment. This time, there is something that I can say with this trick that I'm going to do that I cannot say with cards. I want to create an atmosphere of intimacy. Close-up magic is about creating a magical moment that we'll remember forever. The trick that I'm going to do is a classic. I'm sure Penn and Teller know the trick, but I changed the method, I changed the technique. This trick is my baby and I want to show to the world.
Back from Spain to inflict more pain, here's Javi Benitez.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. It's amazing to be in the show again, of course. And, well, last time I was lucky enough to fool you, Penn and Teller, with card magic. But this time, I bring something even smaller. That's why you are here, volunteers, great volunteer here, to cover every angle. So you at home, or if you are in the bathroom with the mobile phone or whatever, you can see from the top, from the back, from everywhere, okay? So let's start and enjoy life with something very special. So, Alison, please open the box. Yeah, like that.
Oh.
This is called, yes, the gypsy thread.
Yeah.
Or in Spain, we call it el hilo. Huh? Alison, please, grab it, check it. It's a regular, my English is sometimes a spool of thread, yeah? So we are gonna use just something like this. And please, Penn, grab it. You grab in the center and Teller grab in the other side, okay? And just break in small pieces this thread and leave the pieces one by one randomly over the table, okay? Very small ones, yes, yes. Maybe. You too, you do that. In the ancient cultures, thread means life. So now they are committing a murder, yes, to this very innocent piece of life, huh? And look at this. Oh, you made here a piece of art. This is a Jackson Pollock painting, right? Yeah. I don't want to touch you. So, please, Alison, show your hands, everybody. Yes. Very clean, very nice. With 2 fingers, grab one of the pieces like this. Like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And another one like this, and squeeze them like in a ball, like this. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you can help. Yeah. Take all. And you can help. You and give to her. Yeah. I don't want to touch it. You take.
Sorry.
Oh, that one.
And ball them up?
Yeah, here, okay. So everybody can see. Maybe you can do this. We call this the croqueta in Spain. Croqueta. Very good. And put all the pieces in the center of the table. Center. That's perfect. Okay, I don't want to touch. So now comes the most beautiful part. is the magic moment. So let's dream that we can restore this piece of life. Okay? So let's put the hand without touching, like this. Without touching, like this. Maybe you can help. Oh, all of you. Everybody. With all our energy. Don't touch the ball, don't touch the pieces. Let's feel the magic. Whoa! Whoa, okay. Done. Thank you very much. Restore. Don't look at me like that, Alison. Well, just to remember, before we show, Alison, you break the thread and you break, yes, Teller, you also break the thread and you collect them?
Yeah.
Yes, and you make a tiny ball, you squeeze it, and you put there, okay?
Yeah.
Did I touch those pieces? No. Well, but you touch. You move, but I didn't touch.
No.
Yes?
Right.
I didn't touch. Do I have something in my hands, please? Check. Do I have something more than fingers, of course?
No, there seems
Nothing.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna touch now because this is the most difficult part. Nothing. I don't want to hide anything to you. Let's squeeze. Here it is. Here is an end. Maybe, Alison, maybe you can help, please. Grab here. And let's try. Just stand up.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, the gypsy thread. Well, but one more thing, because we were dreaming, you can see it, because we were dreaming, and and what if someone is dreaming us? Well, if someone is dreaming us, then nothing would be real.
And it happened not only before my eyes, but in my fingers.
Yeah, in your hands. It's the first time in the history of human being that Alison do the gypsy thread trick.
I've never done it.
Isn't that amazing?
And how does it feel to be back on this stage?
Well, you cannot even imagine how can I feel being not once in Vegas, but twice. So being here is something that I still don't believe, you know?
Well, I don't know if anyone's let you know this, but you're really good. You probably don't have to worry about it. You're really good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to Penn and Teller and see if they figured out your trick. Penn, Teller.
Oh, boy, do we love you. I mean, you just don't see better sleight of hand than that. You just don't see it anywhere. People just saw the best sleight of hand they're ever going to see. It was just fabulous. And I got to tell you that I think you may have gotten phenomenally unlucky. Really unlucky. And I'll tell you why. We have to do closers for every show this season. So we have a whole list of tricks we're working on. And one of the ones we thought about doing was the thread trick. So Teller went deep into research. And I don't want to give away too much on this, but I do want to say something that is fascinating about this trick. What we loved about this trick is that you were not lying. When you said that it was happening in Alison's hands, it was happening in Alison's hands. She actually did it. She really did. But what you were not counting on is we did a lot of studying of Baaack and then, of course, Al Baker. And your version is very close to Al Baker's, we think, possibly, except you were even bolder, even gutsier, even stronger. We want you back on the show all the time, but we think just because of a bad bounce, just because we've been working on this exact trick for months, that we got most of it.
I don't really know if you know all the mechanics or not.
Well, shall we have Teller talk to him quietly, or well, let's do that. So we want you to feel satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay. He's smiling. Nodding.
He's right.
Reckoning awaits. Another fooler makes their second attempt to fool P&T after this. Welcome back to Fool Us. This next fooler made Penn Teller's jaw drop last time. What's she gonna make them drop this time? Let's find out.
I have a secret I'd like to share with you. When I came on Fool Us the first time, it wasn't easy. On stage, you're alone in a room full of strangers, watching your whole life change.
Seems like I should put my pad down and say that you fooled us.
The impact was incredible. I'm a headliner in London now, doing magic and mentalism, and we do a show called Unfathomable. My acting career took off. I was in 2 productions this year, as Perdita in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale, Daffodils That Come Before the Swallow Dares, and as a Welsh housewife. A woman's place. I don't see how that's a man's business. Penn Teller know me better as a person and as a performer now. I think that may make it harder for me, but I've still got some tricks up my sleeve.
The mysterious Rebecca Herrera.
True story. In 1968, researcher Charles Tart created a random 5-digit number and placed it on a high shelf. His subject, a Miss Z, claimed she could divine this 5-digit code through what she calls out-of-body experiences. Essentially meaning her spirit self could leave her body and float around and see things which her human eyes could not. Dr. Tart's experiments have been controversial for over 50 years. But after studying his work very carefully, I think I can make a believer out of all of you. Penn. Last time I was here, you mentioned that you weren't allowed to go all TSA on me and search me. Well, now you can. Would you please come and join me on the stage? Now, this is a metal detector. You may take it. The kind used to search people for objects they shouldn't have on them. In this case, radio receivers or other ways to cheat at magic. Please test it out. You can test it out on yourself, first of all, if you have any metal. Please check these blocks in this rack. Make sure there's nothing hidden inside them.
Smooth. Under control.
Please satisfy yourself that there is nothing concealed on my body.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
I think we're okay?
Wonderful. Now, what's here? Penn, you will be playing the role of Dr. Charles Tart in this experiment and creating a 5-digit number.
Okay.
There are 9 numbers to choose from, 1 to 9, represented on these blocks.
Okay.
Please place them in this rack in any order you'd like.
Okay.
However, before you do that, I'm going to come and sit over here so I can't see what numbers you choose.
Okay.
And I'll close my eyes. Audience, you can make sure that I'm not peeking. Okay, Penn, please place 5 numbers into the rack now. And let me know when you're done.
Let's see what we got here. One last one here. Right there.
Please lift that rack and stick it on top of
Put
the
up
shelf
on the
for
rack.
me.
We're going to the rack. And there it is.
Wonderful, okay.
On the rack.
And if you haven't already, can you please flip that so that the numbers are facing the ceiling?
Numbers facing the ceiling.
And then come and stand behind me.
And I will come and stand behind you. I am Dr. Researcher.
To this day, it has never been proven exactly how this experiment was done, but it might have gone a little bit like this. Now, if I go into a trance, I will lose control of my physical self. So, Pen, if you wouldn't mind, could you please put your hands on my shoulders to stop me from falling?
I will.
Thank you. 61973. Pen, can you please turn the rack so the audience can see it?
6, 1, 9, 7, 3.
So you fooled Penn and Teller last time you were here.
I did.
Yeah. Does it make you more nervous coming back, or are you sort of more confident because you've been here once before?
I think it's a mixture. I think there's some things where you're like, oh, I know what to expect, and there's some things where you're like, I know what to expect.
And do people recognize you from the show?
Yes, I was at a wedding, and I was just sitting down, and like the bride had walked down the aisle. They were basically about to say I do, and someone tapped me on the shoulder, and I was like, hello, and they just went, are you Rebecca Herrera from Fool Us? Yes.
Well, let's see if your out-of-body experience fooled Penn and Teller.
Yes.
All right, boys.
Ah, well, here you are again, Rebecca.
Yes.
Once again, finding a way to get information that you have no way of finding out. You brought the wand up there. I checked you all out. I wanted to find one of Bambi's friends somewhere on you. We thought maybe in your shoes. I didn't check there enough. Last time, you had something that gave you the information that no one else could experience. You got the information in a very personal, individual way. Nobody, anybody, could have any idea what the information was that you got. But this time, you decided you'd go a whole different way. And you decided to hide in plain sight. Because what you experienced, to give you the information of what was up on that board, everyone in this room and everyone watching at home experienced. We think everybody had the information, only you could read it. It's like calling someone's name in a crowded room, only they hear it. So we think it's possible that the first time you went personal, and this time you went universal. And Teller doesn't care if we're wrong on this because he loved the act. But I think you didn't get us because I think it was right out there. And I think you know what we're talking about this time. So maybe one fool is enough for you for now.
I think you do know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, not a fooler, but thank you, Rebecca Herrera. Another returning champion will take on Penn and Teller when we come back. Welcome back to Fool Us. This next magician already fooled Penn and Teller and plans on doing it again right now.
When I fooled Penn and Teller the first time, I made a special request. I'd like to take the liberty at this point to rewrite the rules. If even one of these two tricks fools you, I still get to take home the trophy.
Well, the one trick, the tennis racket thing, we got. So we would like to give you half a trophy.
The trick that fooled them was invented by my dad. Now, he's a very well-known magician in Australia, and he comes up with his own magic all the time. I actually didn't want to become a magician at all. When I was 16, Dad was looking for an assistant. Then all of a sudden I thought I would like to try my hand in doing a couple of tricks. And from there, did my own show as well. And that's why we're back tonight to have another run at them. Dad's got the old trophy. Now it's time to win one for me. Coming back to us all the way from Australia, once again, here's Helen Coghlan. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tonight, I'm going to turn my hand to escapology. Now, we've all seen escape artists. They get themselves tied or chained into all sorts of really dangerous situations. But have you ever noticed that every single time, without fail, with just seconds to spare, they miraculously manage to escape? I mean, it's always so dramatic. They never get hurt. Where's the fun in that? Well, tonight I've decided with my escape to do away with all the drama, and one of two things will happen. I'm either going to escape or I'm not. You win a few, you lose a few. Now, to help me tonight, I'm actually after a couple of people to come up on stage to assist, and I'm actually looking for a couple of strong, good-looking men to help. Oh, actually, Penn and Teller, you guys will do. Please give them a round of applause. I hope you don't mind. So nice to see you both again. Thanks for coming to the show. I'm glad you could make it. I'm handing each of you a solid steel rod with chains securely welded on each end. I would also like you to point out the stand with the loop on. Make sure everything is solid steel and the chains are securely welded. Now, gentlemen, can you remember last time I was on, I changed the rules. This time, I'd like to do it again if that's okay. Thanks. Okay. Now, the rules are, what we're going to do, while I have two sets of these, I'm going to be chained up to one of these sets, and Teller, you're going to be chained up to the other. And whoever escapes first gets the trophy. Okay. So now, to make it fair, you can choose
we'll see if you get. You also have to fool us. Okay. Besides getting up.
Hey, I'm making the rules, not you. So you can choose which rod and chains you would like to be chained onto and which set you would like me to be chained onto. Free choice. You would like to be chained? You don't want to change your mind? You happy with that? Which stand would you like to be chained on? You want to be chained to that one? Okay, I'll get you to stand on the platform. Penn, you're going to chain me up and tell her to chain you up all the way from Australia. I've brought my dad, Arthur Coghlan. Time. Dad, these are my new friends, Penn and Teller. Teller, would you like to remove your jacket, please? You might find it easier to remove your jacket. Thank you very much. Okay. Hang it up perfectly. Okay, so we'll start with my left wrist. If you would like to chain my left wrist up.
Okay.
Chain it up. Make sure it is nice and tight.
I will.
Okay, I'm sure you will. I don't want the audience to think I'm pulling my wrist out.
Okay.
And Dad's doing the same with Teller.
That's pretty tight.
I can't pull my wrist out?
I don't believe so.
So this goes through here.
Right.
Okay. And my right wrist. Once again, if you make sure it's nice and tight, I don't want the audience to think I'm pulling my wrist out.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, it is nice and tight.
I believe that's tight enough.
Teller, you don't have any keys. I don't have any keys. Penn,
I have keys.
You've got the keys. You can go and stand over there with Teller and by all means give him all the ideas you want, but please, you right? Feel free.
Yeah, okay.
But please don't touch. You can look, but don't touch.
Okay.
Okay, can I please have the cover? Now, I'm going to be hidden from your view, so you can't copy what I'm doing. Okay, so the first one out wins the trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those rules.
Maybe, if you fool us.
Yeah, okay. Are you ready? You ready, Penn? You ready, Teller?
I'm as ready as I'm going to be.
Okay, away we go.
I can't touch. Yeah, well, can you try? You get wide, you get broader there if you can get something through. Would tipping this or getting off it help? I don't know if that's gonna. That's not doing anything, but it looked good. Seems like you're failing, Teller.
Hey, Penn, how's Teller going?
Well, he's just about out.
He's just about out?
Yep, almost done. He's got one little thing to do, and then he's fine.
I'd say I beat him.
Remember, it may be your rules, but it's our show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Helen Coghlan. Oh, wow. Hi, nice to see you again. So, how do you like being back for the second time?
It's fantastic. It is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to be here. I really am.
So we always talk about the win, like, okay, if you win, and you get to come back. So did you come back?
I came back after last year, after I fooled them. I came back, got the opportunity to perform on stage with them, and that was honestly the highlight of the year. Being with these guys performing on stage, it was fantastic.
That's so cool. Yeah,
really
we never
cool.
get to hear about that part of it.
Yeah, no, it was great because I ended up closing the show for them, and honestly, they were one of the best opening acts I've ever had. They were pretty good. Now, also, I just quickly want to mention with those locks, everything that you saw with this escape, it's solid steel, the chains are securely welded on, and the locks are real.
All right, well, I just loved your escape, and I hope
so
you
much.
escape with another trophy. So let's see if the boys figured it out. Penn, Teller?
Okay, Helen, we do not like people coming on our show and changing the rules. We love the act. We want to go on. We usually spend a lot of time talking about how much we love you and how great the act is. You have forfeited that. I'm not going to do that because you changed the rules. So we're changing the rules too, because usually we get one stab at this. One stab, and then if we don't get it, you get the trophy. But you changed the rules.
Okay.
So I'm changing the rules. My show. I'm changing the rules. First of all, you're going to answer these honestly. Did you have another person in the cabinet? Because if you had another person in the cabinet, you did not fool us. Is there another person in the cabinet?
No.
Was there ever another person in the cabinet?
No.
Okay, that's crossed off. Now, a lot of times, people do escapes like this. They get extra slack in the chain. They can slide out of it. No, I did you really tight, but was there a way for you to get extra slack?
Nope.
I'm not done yet. A lot of times, Houdini did this a lot. There'll be a way to screw the bar apart so it comes apart like that. Do you have a way to screw the bar apart?
Oh, this is getting boring now. No.
Okay, I'm not done. I'm not done. Here's the one that's most likely. And answer this carefully.
Does my wrist screw off?
Because no, it's not going to be it. There are repercussions to this answer.
Oh, I can't wait.
Did you have a key on a handle that you could maneuver with one hand?
You can frisk me if you like.
Okay. We have one more. This is the clincher. Do you think that you actually fooled us?
Yes.
You did. Nicely done. Beautifully done. Fooled us again. Again.
Just got her hands on her second Fool-Us trophy. Will Penn and Teller give another one away? Come back and find out. Welcome back to Fool-Us. You wanted a successful fooler? You got one. Now you want two? I'll see what I can do. Here's our next magician.
My Fool-Us experience was great. The first time, I was thrilled with the performance.
It's actually real magic.
The inventor of the magic is often hidden behind the scenes, someone you never see, but being the performer and the creator means I'm out there doing both. When I'm creating a magic trick, there's a lot of fear and doubt because of all the time investment, but in the end, it's much more rewarding. When I created this trick, it immediately got recognized as my piece in the whole puzzle of magic. The same year that I premiered it, I was voted Stage Magician of the Year, and I'm really thankful for the opportunity to share it.
Here's Danny Cole.
Thank you so much. So when I was here before,
Good to see you again. How have you been?
great.
Yeah, you're back. You just can't stand being away.
I love it here. I can't believe I got invited back, but yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
And so when you come up with an idea, talk me through that. Okay, you wake up in the middle of the night. That's how I picture your ideas coming to you. Just go with me on it. And then, do you draw it out? Do you yourself, build it? Or do you go somewhere and they help you build it? How does it happen?
I try to draw it out like a comic book without knowing how it's going to work, just what I would love it to look like. And then, I got a workshop.
Nice.
And I love building. I got my bandsaw and my drill press, all the stuff in my workshop. And so, I make it myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, let's see if Penn and Teller figured out how your trick was done.
Okay.
Boy, Danny, so nice to have you back. Boy, you always do such beautiful Beautiful stuff. It all looks so simple, and it's all so complicated. What's really smart about this is that the subtlety, actually making the moves be less than you can really do them, makes them much more amazing because of the way it dawns on us and the way it comes from another direction. Not he's in an impossible position, but that chair's getting away from him, which is just a really incredible way to put that together. And for those of us who've been in touring magic acts, the antecedent to this was always untourable and also impossible to walk around before and after. Just walking out on stage is perhaps the most amazing thing once we know you're going to do this act. And being able to walk around and be comfortable and just standing there. I mean, no idea how much work went into that to get everything. You said you built this yourself too?
Yeah.
Just amazing. And the flip stick and the manipulation stuff at the top is just wonderful and beautiful and clean. And you've taken something that is an old principle and made it an entirely new thing, but not new enough to fool us, I think.
Yeah, you're right on, and yeah, I'm not surprised that you knew exactly what I was doing.
Thank you so much for being here, Danny. Every time you come back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Nobody fools it better than Penn and Teller. Don't go away. Our house duo with a license to thrill will be right back with more Fool Us.
Hey! Oh. It's like a sausage gone wrong. All right.
Bad things to say as you're being arrested.
There's places you haven't looked yet.
Whose line is it anyway? Coming up next
On the CW.
Welcome back to Fool Us. For our finale tonight, here's our devilish duo performing another delightful deception. Teller and Penn.
You know, I started magic really late. I started in high school doing magic, and that's very late for magicians. Teller started when he was 5 years old doing magic. Now, Teller and I have been working continuously together for 44 years. And what a lot of people don't know is that Teller was working silently before that. When I first met him, he was already working silently. So we first got together, he was doing all this great magic, and I was the one doing the talking and the patter and the jokes. And I kept working on magic. I learned magic like everybody does. You start out with hand magic, sleight of hand, close-up. And you just need a book and a deck of cards, or a book and your cups and balls, or in this case, a book and a magazine page. So I never get a chance to show off my sleight of hand, my just hand magic skills, my close-up skills. So for this one bit, just now for me, I want to do one bit with no patter, no jokes, no big moving around, just my hands. So please, let me do this one piece of silent magic for you, and please just watch my hands.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a very special event, the silent magic of Penn Jillette.
you, Penn Teller, and all of tonight's entertainers. We'll be back with more of the world's best magic. See you soon.